Okay, so let's get right into it. We are not talking about some small software update or the next big social media app. No, we're talking about a massive, fundamental, and probably irreversible shift in how the entire internet works. And the source material we're digging into today points to one specific year as the tipping point, 2026.
And there it is. This is the huge, explosive claim right at the heart of this whole thing. The idea that 2026 is going to be year one of a brand new era, all driven by a totally new kind of artificial intelligence. It's not being presented as a maybe, but as a this is happening kind of trend that's going to completely redefine our digital world.
But you might be asking, why? Why do we even need such a dramatic change? Well, the argument is that the internet we all know and use today, it's already showing some serious signs of breaking down. The very foundations are starting to crack.
To really get where we're going, we've got to take a quick look back at where we've been. First, we had Web 1.0, right? That was dominated by the pros, the Internet Content Providers, or ICPs. Then Web 2.0 just exploded with user-generated content, UGC. Think social media, blogs, everything you post. That's the internet we've all been living in for the past, 15 plus years? And this right here, this shows you the problem perfectly. This data from Chartbeat is pretty damning. It shows that AI-powered search is already having a devastating impact. See, people get their answer from the AI summary, and then they just never click on the link. I mean, look at this. Small sites have lost 60% of their Google traffic. This isn't some far-off future problem. It's happening right now, and it's threatening the very survival of the websites that built Web 2.0.
So, okay, if the old model is breaking, what's next? This is where we get to the core concept of today's explainer, Agentic AI. This is the new power coming over the horizon. Now, this is a really important distinction to make. We're all getting used to generative AI like ChatGPT, right? You ask it something, it gives you an answer. Agentic AI is a totally different beast. It's an agent that actually does things for you. It can operate software, it can coordinate tasks, it can basically act as your digital twin, working for you 24/7. To make this whole idea a little easier to wrap your head around, the source uses this fantastic and kind of weird metaphor. Think of your personal AI agent as a lobster. Yeah, a lobster. It's something you raise, you train, and it goes out and works for you in the digital world. It's your personal assistant, your social life coordinator, your digital workhorse. We're definitely coming back to this lobster. All right, now this is the heart of the prediction. Our source lays out 6 fundamental ways the old world is about to be completely replaced by this new agentic AI model. And these aren't just small upgrades. We're talking complete overhauls. Let's break them down.
Okay, first up, content itself. We are moving from user-generated content, UGC, to what's called agentic-generated content, or AGC. What does that mean? Well, instead of you scrolling and posting all the time, your AI agent will be generating content and interacting online for you in real time.
Second, how we find stuff. For the last 20 years, it's all been about SEO, search engine optimization. But the future is GEO, generative engine optimization. This is so important. It's not about ranking on a Google page anymore. It's about making sure your information is what the AI decides to use when it generates an answer. It's a whole new ballgame.
And this idea goes way beyond just content, all the way to the software we use. We're all used to SaaS, software as a service. Your Netflix, your Spotify subscription. Well, that's being replaced by AAS, Agent as a Service. So instead of just subscribing to a tool, you'll actually employ an agent that performs the service for you.
Fourth, business systems. You know those clunky, old-school traditional information systems, TIS, that you still see in pretty much every office? They are getting a massive overhaul. They're going to be replaced by agentic AI interfaces. So instead of filling out a bunch of forms, you'll just tell an agent what you need, and it gets it done.
Now, this one's a little more technical, but it's a huge shift in how we interact with computers. We're moving away from what's called state-machine interaction. Those rigid step-by-step processes where you have to click A, then B, then C. The new model is intent-driven formulation. You just tell the system your goal, your intent, and the agent figures out all the steps for you. And finally, all of this leads to the 6th big replacement. Web 1.0 and 2.0 are making way for Web 3.0, also called the semantic web. This is basically an internet that's built for machines, for our agents, to understand and interact with everything intelligently. It's the bedrock that makes all these other changes possible.
So, we've gone through the 6 big replacements,
But what does this new world actually look like? What does it feel like to live in it? Let's try and paint a picture of this new digital reality.
Now, this is a really cool idea. It pushes back against the notion that human creativity just dies in this new world. It doesn't. Instead, content is going to split into two different streams. You'll have C for H, content for humans, beautiful, high-quality, engaging stuff for us to watch and read. And then you'll have C for A, content for agents, which is super structured, data-rich information that our agents use to talk to each other. And get ready for this number. The prediction is that in this new world, over 90% of the traffic on social networks won't even be from people. It'll be our agents interacting with other agents. This constant agent-to-agent communication will just become the background hum of the internet.
So what's the point of all this? What's the payoff for us? Well, here it is. By letting your Lobster agent handle all of this digital busywork, the endless scrolling, the scheduling, the data gathering, you get freed up. The ultimate goal isn't actually to live more of your life online, it's the opposite, to have more time for real-world, offline human connection.
And that brings us right back to our lobster. This isn't some passive thing that's just going to happen to us. It's an active change that we're all going to be a part of. It's a new tool we'll all need to learn how to raise. So the big question we're left with is this. 2026 is just around the corner. Is your lobster agent ready?